What a great feast day today, the Immaculate Conception. Our Blessed Mother, by a singular grace from God, was conceived without the stain of original sin. And then also by God's grace, she was preserved from personal sin throughout her whole life. And that's why when the angel appeared to her and said, "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee," that got her attention, and she was bothered by it. She was disturbed. She was troubled. Not so much because an angel was in a room. That might be troubling enough, right? But I think she put two and two together at that point, because clearly she had meditated on the books of the Old Testament and the prophecies of the Messiah coming into the world, and the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem of a virgin. And clearly she knew that, gosh, things were a little bit easier for her in this town of Nazareth than for her friends, who were always getting in trouble and being naughty and probably using bad language and disobeying and maybe even stealing. But Mary was like the perfect girl. Everyone said, "Mary's perfect," and kind of probably bothered her because she was humble. But she was full of grace, and she didn't know it. She didn't know it until the angel said, "Hail Mary, full of grace." And she knows she's a virgin, and she's probably thinking, "I'm not going to be the mother of the Messiah because I do not live in Bethlehem. I'm up here in Nazareth, so okay, things are fine." Because if you read those prophecies of the suffering servant Isaiah, you know that the Messiah is going to have to suffer. There'll be a lot of drama there. And so when the census was taken, she was able to put two and two together because we're going down to Bethlehem. So we are grateful that Our Lady said yes, because Mary said yes, salvation could come into the world. And Eve, well, she said no. She said no to God, and so because of that, sin came into the world. So Mary is the new Eve. That's why we have those dramatic readings from the Old Testament and then the New Testament today. This is a big week for the church, and especially in this country, because today is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Tomorrow is the Feast of Our Lady of Loretto, which has the House of Nazareth. And then a couple of days from this, Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So 3 big feast days here, and we're going to bring the family Rosary Across America to those 2 outdoor shrines to Our Lady of Guadalupe this week. There'll be lots and lots of people there, and that's why we need to be there. And today, we rejoice in this Marian dogma. There are 4 Marian dogmas, error-free statement about the Blessed Mother. And the first one is she's the Mother of God. The second, perpetual virginity. The third, her assumption to heaven. And the fourth is the Immaculate Conception. And you're, well, how did that happen? How was she born without original sin? Well, it was a special gift from God. It's called a prevenient grace. So in a few moments when I read that prayer over the gifts, you'll hear that very technical theological term. In other words, she got the grace before the Lord actually died on the cross, knowing that he would die on the cross, that she had the grace. So it was fitting that she be a stainless virgin because she's the Mother of God. And that's actually the theological reasoning that led to this dogma. It was fitting. God could do it, so he did it. So we're very grateful to our Blessed Mother. And she said yes when she heard the archangel say, "For nothing will be impossible with God."